Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, I am much grateful for the love and the support that you have been showing me. It is immense. Yeah, I'm so glad sitting here having to speak to you guys just to share some little nuggets, get to interact. Kindly interact to me via the comment section, via the comment. I'll write the topics I should talk on. Yeah, so today I want to just talk generally about life and how is life been to you. Beginning of this year I made a resolution to start reading books. Yeah, I've been reading, but I wanted to consistently adopt this idea of reading, cultivate my reading culture. I've read so far, I've read around 7 books. Yeah, I've read a book, a storybook, She Rose, yeah, by a Nigerian author. I read a certain book too on psychology. I read a book on mentoring young advocates. Recently, I reread a book on Unbowed by Wangari Maathai, a Kenyan author. I also read a book. The last book I read was on The Mountain Is You. Yeah, and currently I'm just reading a fiction book on the subtle knife. Yeah, and there's one that I've forgotten the name. Yeah, so in total I've read 7 books so far, and the books have been good. They have enriched me. Yeah, from the books so far, from The Mountain Is You, the book mainly talks about self-sabotage. It tells us that you are the one who is preventing yourself from getting to what you are supposed to get to the limit. The limit is above the sky, but by your self-doubt, by making yourself small, by thinking about people, what people are thinking about you, is what is making you not prosper. Yeah, and sometimes we encounter this as human beings when we doubt ourselves a lot. We tend to think when you want to do something, there's always this voice. Who is watching? Who is watching? Who is watching? What will people say? What will people say? And this is what makes us not progress. Secondly, in that book, it also talks about fear. You always have fear, things will not go right, but even if you sit and wait back, it will not go right. But at least by trying, you have a probability of either making it or not making it. Yeah, so you just have to take risk. And also from that book, The Mountain Is You, I read that sometimes it is our brain that is used to be in comfort. So whenever we try something new, something that is not familiar to the brain tries hard to fight it. The brain tries so hard to fight it. That's why it's important to develop a habit. When you train your mind to be familiar to that unfamiliar thing, then the mind gets used to it. That's how you hack it. That's why you have to start by building habits, small habits. That was referenced by Atomic Habits, the book written by James Clear. He talks about building the small habits. It's the small habit that in turns bring out something big. Rome was not built in one day. So you start by introducing small bits to your brain, making it get familiar with the unfamiliar thing. Yeah, with that you'll get to hack it. And then from the book of Wangari Maathai, what I learned mostly was what are you taking? It's about what are you contributing to your nation. You're always seated there, always complaining, things are not working. But you as an individual, what have you brought? What change have you brought to the table? What is your contribution? She herself did something, and what she did most was to fight for environmental conservation. She planted tree, and by planting these trees in turn help us conserve environment. She was the one who was in the forefront for fighting against grabbing of the Uhuru Park. You as an individual, what have you done? What have you done? Instead of just sitting there and complaining, Complaints will not bring anything. What have you done to make sure that Kenya is a good place to stay in? What have you done? Right now, we have entered a season of registering as voters. Have you registered as a voter? What are you waiting for? Register as a voter. Your vote is your voice. Your vote is your voice. So if you just sit there, complain, even if I vote, nothing will change. No, something will change. This pessimistic mindset is not good. So you have to make a change. Yeah, that's what I have learned from those two books. And also the Wangari Maathai book has also taught me resilience, and has really taught me the place of a woman in society. Like, initially we were not well, but with time women have risen, and has taught me that those spaces belong to us as women too, and we should take up those spaces in leadership. Let nothing lie to you that as a woman you cannot do it. You can do it. Yeah, so further to what I've learned,